real issues and take time to do it. And there's some things that you need to be considering as you go through this together. Do you have strong differences of opinion on the decision that you're facing? This is very important. You know, sometimes we come at it from very different perspectives, strong differences. Let me give you if you want an amazing tool to be able to deal with this, and I could give you another whole workshop on this. There's an amazing process called crucial conversations. I don't know if you've ever come across this. I was just talking with the lady here before. Often what happens in a conflict situation is that we're actually very scared of reacting. Is that right? We react. And what happens is that based on our personality style, there's two different reactions which normally occur. If you try and go into a situation where there's strong differences of opinion and different people react in different ways. One reaction is to go to what we call violence. You explode, is that right? That's one reaction. The other reaction is called silence. You avoid. And what frequently happens, this can happen in work situations or church situations or even relationships. You have a big issue, you have a crucial situation, and you try and enter into it, and there's reactions. One is violence, others is silence, and then you just avoid it. The key thing is to know that there's a process through which you can enter into it, being honest, being respectful, but you don't need to react in either of those ways. So this is very important. I'd really encourage you to look into this. How to have a crucial conversation. Amazing way to deal with conflict. The other thing is there an ongoing issue or stressor that needs resolution? Is there something underlying this which we actually need to deal with this issue? What was your last argument about? Did you reach a point of resolution? You know, did you argue in such a way that you came through and resolved the problem? And then finally, are there big differences in your personalities or families that could cause future issues? Very, very important, different ways of handling it. And you'll find that these 10 steps are great ways to know how to handle these things. Our relationship dynamics can really play into this. You know, our assertiveness, our avoidance, how self-confident we are in our relationship, and also our partner dominance. This comes from the assessment that you can do. These will all feed into the conflict resolution. It's interesting. I was talking to just my friend right here, and we identified what is the most important step, do you think, in all of those 10 steps for resolution? Maybe Marilyn, if you can grab the mic and we can go around. This will be our last time where we get to share together. But if you were to pick one of those steps, which one would you say is the most important from your perspective and why? Anybody like to share just as we finish up this afternoon? Anybody like to share? Are you still thinking through it? What's the most important? Number 8. Number 8. Did you want to just share why you think that's most important?
How you will each work towards the solution.
Okay, how you each work towards the solution? Very good. Excellent. Anybody else? What's the most important step? Or do we all agree that's number 8? Or yes?
I think it's 5.
Daniel, number 5, okay. Number 5 is the brainstorming.
Yeah, so I think it's 5.
Going through all the steps, or all the solutions, yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
so I think it's 5 because to me, what has to happen, like when you're really, really like in a conflict situation with somebody, depending on the dynamics, of course, family, leadership, whatever, it's a case of like planning. It's like what you said before, Sven, you got to have like a time of getting ready.
Yes.
And planning you know, get yourself prepared, you know, and get yourself sort of guarded
Yes.
for sort of, what would you say, possible arrows that can hit you.
Yes.
So that you can just remain calm as possible.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Definitely.
And handle it to the best of your ability. Of course, you won't do it perfectly, but be ready. Don't
Yes.
just go, oh, hey, where did that come from?
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely. Yes. Over here, there's another hand that went up to share.
I was just relating it more with my kids. I would just say prayer.
Okay, prayer.
For me,
Yes.
it's very important. Prayer is going to
Yes.
God first and having a relationship with God and asking for the Holy Spirit, like surrendered to God and ask for the Holy Spirit to guide you.
Yes.
And then as a parent, for me as a single mum, is having the right support around me to help me through that as well.
Great.
Because
great.
sometimes you can't do it on your own, and you do need, because I've got 2 boys and I'm 2 young men.
Yes.
And so sometimes you do need that extra support out there when sometimes you don't have the dads in the picture, or
Great.
they're not there all the time.
Yes. No, thank you for that. Anyone else? Yeah, Bessie.
I think number 3. Number 3, because so it takes 2 to make the problem, and I think sometimes we focus so much on our partners that you forget that you had a role there too. And when you do finally realize, oh, this is what I do. Okay, I'll be nice about 4 and 5 and 6, and then you go and you realize it's not just a one-sided problem. So number 3 to me, or 2 and 3, I think were very important steps in this particular thing. And number 2 mainly because it could be a problem to you, but not to your spouse, and that made us look at the problem differently. Now you're like, oh, okay, so it's maybe it's a me issue and not an us issue, you know.
Yes.
And so that might, even from the beginning, no need to do the rest, because maybe it was something I have to work on and not him. And it will be like, oh, realization, I get it, yeah.
Great. Excellent. Anybody else? You know, one of the things which I think is really amazing is that we have each highlight different areas. And I think in my experience, as I mentioned before, in a conflict situation, we often don't follow through with many of these important steps. Is that right? We kind of jump in, we kind of react. And I want to encourage you, these 10 steps, I mean, they're not the 10 commandments, right? They're not, you know, written in stone. But what they have highlighted is there's some important steps that we don't just jump over and rush through to reach a real solution, reach a real effective outcome is really important. I want to encourage you with many other exercises that we could do. You know, when I was talking with Katie and we were planning, the fact is that in just effectively 24 hours, we cannot cover everything about marriage. We cannot cover everything that would be worthwhile. But I really want to encourage you that what we have done here today is go through a journey together. We've gone on this exploration together as a church, as people from the community, as guests from the community. And I've really been wanting to share with you key skills, key approaches that would help your marriages become better. And even if you're not in a marriage, whether it's with your children, whether it's with your work colleagues or your supervisors at work, these skills will be able to enable you to become people who are more like Jesus and reflect his love. So it's been a great opportunity. The workbooks that you have a wealth of material that you could explore together, and you can actually go through and say, hey, I'd really want to focus on that, maybe finances, or maybe, you know, recreational, whatever. And I'd encourage you, first of all, you can do it, you can try them out, you can explore it, you know, yourselves. The other thing too is if you want to do the assessment, if you want to spend some time with you, as I said, it's I'm not going to charge you for that. That's, you know, we don't work like that in the Adventist Church. But I'm happy to dedicate some time for you as well. So just get in touch with me either through Katie or the registration form. I'd love to continue the journey that we've been on. But most of all, sorry, I don't know your name. Yes. Silvana. Silvana mentioned that prayer is so important. Is that right? And I'm a person that's very, very committed to prayer as well. And I would like to invite you. We did this on last night, but I would like to invite you to turn to some people around you, maybe another couple, maybe a couple other, a single person beside you, and just pray for our relationships in Dundas Church and in the community as well. Is that okay to do? And ask for God's supernatural power and love to transform us. And once again, you may say, look, I'm from the community, I'm not even a Christian, I don't know even what prayer is all about, and I wouldn't feel comfortable about praying in front of other people. Don't worry. Dundas Church is a place where you can experience the atmosphere of prayer, right? So don't feel pressured. This is not a time where we force you to pray, but we just want to invite you into a small group of people where you can experience and bathe yourself in prayer. But I invite you to, no matter where you're at, to spend some time together in the atmosphere of prayer. If you're comfortable about praying, great. If you're not, don't worry. And after you've prayed, you've spent some time praying for your relationships, praying for your friendships, your marriage as well. Once we've all finished together, I will close off with a group prayer for God's power as well. So spend some time in prayer, and then we'll finish with a song as well. Thank you, Katie. So gather in groups. Just find somebody you'd really like to spend some time in prayer with, maybe a close friend, your spouse or your partner. This is, for all of the techniques and exercises, this is the most important and the most powerful experience you could have, spending time in prayer.